Good morning, students. Now today we will continue with the same chapter, chapter 7, directing, and the new topic which we are going to start, that is the elements of directing. So basically there are the four elements. First is the supervision, motivation, communication and leadership. That these all four are the elements of our directing. So now we will start discussing all these elements one by one. First I am going to start with supervision. Supervision, seeing the activities of employees. Supervision means it includes instructing, guiding, monitoring and observing the employees while they are performing jobs in the organization. The word supervision is the combination of two words. First, where super means over and above, and vision means seeing. So supervision means seeing the activities of employees from over and above. So basically, what are the keywords of this definition? First, instructing the employees. Second, guiding the employees. And third, linking between the workers and the middle level of the management. So supervision means seeing the activities of employees from over and above. Now, after the first element, now let's start with the second element, that is motivation. Motivation, inspiring the employees to perform to their best capacity. Motivation exactly means it can be defined as a stimulating, inspiring the employees to perform to their best capacity, or motivation is a psychological term which means it cannot be forced on the employees. It comes automatically from inside the employees as it is the willingness to do the work. So motivation is a process of making subordinates to act in a desired manner to achieve the organizational goal. So three terms are interrelated in this definition. First is the motive, second motivation, and third motivators. Now a motive is an inner desire which energizes an individual to move or to behave towards the achievement of organizational goal. And motive arises out of needs of an individual. When a motive emerges in an individual, it causes restlessness as he wants to fulfill his motive. For example, like motive to earn induces an individual to search for job or for work. Individual searches for food to fulfill the motive of hunger. Okay, the first term is motive. Now the second term is motivation. Motivation is a process of inducing people to perform to their best ability to accomplish the goal. And the third term is motivators. Motivators are the techniques or incentives which is used to motivate the people in an organization. And the common motivators used by the managers are increment, bonus, promotions, recognition, respect, etc. So these three terms are interrelated: motive, motivation and motivators. Now let's start with the next topic, the features of the motivation. These are the features of the motivation. First is the psychological phenomenon. That means motivation is a psychological phenomenon. Actually, it is an internal feeling, which means it cannot be forced on employees. This I said earlier also. And the internal feelings such as need, desire, aspiration, these are etc. These inner feelings influence human behavior to behave in a particular manner. For example, desire to have a new house, respect, recognition, etc. So accordingly, the employees start behaving for the individual need. Second one, motivation produces goal-directed behavior. Motivation inspires people to behave in such a manner so that they can achieve their goal. Motivated person need no supervision or direction. He will always work in the desired manner. For example, if a person has a motivate to get promotion, so he will work efficiently to get the promotion. Now the third one, motivators can be positive as well as negative. To motivate the employees, manager use various motivators. Some motivators are positive and some are negative. Few examples of positive motivators are promotion, increment, bonus, respect, recognition, etc. And if employees does not improve his performance with the positive motivators, then manager uses negative motivators such as warning, demotion, stopping increments. So these all are the negative motivators, and sometimes fear of the negative motivators also induces person to behave in a desired manner. Now the fourth one is the complex process. Motivation is a complex and the difficult task, and in order to motivate the people, a manager must understand various types of human needs. Human needs are like mental feeling which can be measured accurately. If manager measures them accurately, then also every person uses different approaches to satisfy his needs. Some get satisfied with monetary incentives, some with non-monetary, some with positive and some with negative motivators. So it is not possible to make generalization in the motivation. And the last one, motivation is a dynamic and the continuous process. Yeah, human beings are ever changing. So human needs are unlimited and go on changing continuously. The satisfaction of the one need gives rise to another. So managers have to continuously perform the function of motivation. So again we will repeat the features. First is the psychological phenomenon. That means it cannot be forced on the employees. This is internal feeling like needs, desires, urges, which always influences the human behavior to act in a particular manner. Second one, motivation produces goal directed behavior. That means motivation influences the behavior of an employee so that he can achieve his goals. If he desires to get the promotion, so definitely he will start working in the proper manner, efficiently, so that he will get the promotion. Third, motivator can be positive as well as negative. That means positive motivation offers just like bonus, increment, promotion, all such things played a role of a positive motivator. But if the employee will not work according to the organization, then negative motivators are used, like warning letters, punishment, threat of a demotion is given to them just to influence the employee's behavior so that he can act in the desired manner. Fourth one is the motivation is a complex process. Yeah, individuals are different. Their expectations, perceptions, reactions are different. So particular type of a motivation you cannot use on all the members. It is difficult to explain and predict the behavior of the worker. So we cannot use the same pattern or the same motivator on different employees. Dynamic and the continuous process. Yeah, the human beings are always they are ever changing. Their demands are unlimited. So satisfaction of the one need always gives rise to the another. So it is very difficult for the managers and it gives rise to the another. The managers have to continuously perform the functions of the motivators.